I'm sorry, but I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. In this world there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, barricaded the world with hate. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are men. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful. Let us use that power to make this life a wonderful adventure. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, to do away with greed. Now let us fight to free the world, to fulfill that promise. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, to do away with greed. A world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Do not despair. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die. And the power they took from the people will return to the people. Let us all unite!
Greetings, everybody. It's Armor of Truth Live number 307. Efficiency is a multifaceted concept, deeply ingrained in economies, engineering, and everyday life. But when it's merged with pragmatism, it transforms into this kind of philosophy, this practical philosophy, pragmatic efficiency. It's a dynamic concept of problem solving of complex challenges that shoots to solve these problems with optimal, rational, theoretically sound, and highly responsive solutions. But the first and worst problem with pragmatic efficiency is focusing on outcomes over all other considerations. So when techno-optimists are informed by a worldview of utilitarianism, materialism, where the ends justify the means, then this applied philosophy quickly becomes an ethical briar patch. This overarching ethic, the overarching ethic of this technological philosophy is maximization. You do what you need to, you do what you must to get what you want. Everything is to be exploited, maximized, and monetized. And according to the scientific technological elite, Jacques Ellul said, efficiency is a fact and justice is just a slogan. Yeah. Well, this is the doctrine and the faith underlying the religion of Silicon Valley technocrats who emphasize, indeed they worship, technology as the solution to all problems, prioritizing outcomes over all other considerations, demonstrating a radical rejection of history and tradition. Their gospel is pragmatic efficiency. Again, what Jacques Ellul called technique, optimization, and efficiency, ensuring outcomes. It's the mechanization of all life. Dietrich Bonhoeffer said of this worldview, the individual is understood only in terms of their usefulness to the whole. And the community is understood only in terms of its use to an all-controlling institution, organization, or idea, or state. The state can actually become not a government, but a big tech behemoth. Yuval Noah Harari, identified two technological religions in his writing: techno-humanism, where genetically modified superhumans augmented with new technological powers become the gods. And the second new religion is dataism. That's dataism, where the ultimate authority rests in the most powerful computing being. In other words, this is soon to become artificial intelligence. Techno-optimists, the futurists of the 21st century, they seem indifferent to the potential for technology to erode social cohesion and to undermine the true common good. They presuppose a universally accepted definition of well-being. Have you noticed that? In the media, everywhere. They talk about well-being and the common good, but they don't ever define that. It's because they presuppose some idea of well-being. They presuppose some idea of progress that you're supposed to just accept. Well, this definition of well-being and progress appeals to technology as humanity's necessary and obvious redeemer, all the while neglecting the spiritual dimension of human existence and the true source of human agency, dignity, and purpose. So these technocrats, while on the one hand moralizing about the way the world ought to be, on the other hand, they're proposing all of the solutions that they're proposing actually reduce humanity's well-being to material, utilitarian metrics. So it's not really about humanity's well-being at all, but it is about progress. Again, this technical attitude has engineered most of the world's major societies, enslaving humanity to efficiency, rationality, and the pragmatic vision of the common good. Now, as you look around our world today, you will see in full what Jacques Ellul saw in part, that for the most part, technology is now what gives meaning and value to life for most people. Prominent Silicon Valley technocrat, venture capitalist, investor, and entrepreneur Marc Andreessen epitomizes this philosophy, asserting that technological solutions exist for all conceivable problems. In the fall of 2023, Andreessen channeled the technocrats' newest sacred text, the Techno-Optimist Manifesto. In this document, he said, there is no material problem that cannot be solved with more technology. He insists that we must be always advancing, always accelerating. Andreessen writes, we believe we should place intelligence in an energy feedback loop and drive them both to infinity. We believe in adventure, undertaking the hero's journey, rebelling against the status quo, mapping uncharted territory, conquering dragons and bringing home the spoils for our community. We believe in nature, but we also believe in overcoming nature. We're not primitives cowering in the fear of the lightning bolt. We are the apex predator. The lightning works for us, unquote. That is from the Techno-Optimist Manifesto, written by Marc Andreessen in October of 2023. It's an interesting document. You can find it if you search for Techno-Optimist Manifesto. You'll find it. It's on his blog. Again, we're talking about something called pragmatic efficiency. In the context of technology, this refers to an approach that prioritizes the fastest, most cost-effective methods of achieving technological advancements and applying them to societal issues. Marc Andreessen's techno-optimism is rooted in this concept, but he extends it to a nearly boundless confidence in technological progress. Now, the potential unintended consequences of this unchecked faith in technology and the moral implications of driving progress to infinity are horrifying. While rapid innovation and problem solving are helpful to humanity, over-reliance on technology risks aggravating social inequalities, enabling dependence on technology, and of course spurning human agency. And as argued by Jacques Ellul, once again, in his critique of the technological society, it's this idea of the ends justify the mean. It's technique, doing what you must do to get the result you want. The ends justify the means. So with a limited focus driven by economic considerations, faster and cheaper solutions that promise higher profits and market dominance, for all of their utopian promises that the technocrats peddle, that the politicians peddle, their philosophy and approach to solving problems actually wounds culture by pushing a narrative that associates technological progress with personal and national success. And this further embeds the ethos of pragmatic efficiency into the people. Ellul warned that technological solutions can exacerbate social inequalities. Those with access to technology benefit disproportionately, deepening the divide between the technological haves and have-nots. Jacques Ellul's most critical, his most important concern is that the elevation of technology would diminish human dignity, human agency, and freedom. In a technologically driven society, human decisions are increasingly dictated by technological imperatives and efficiencies rather than ethical or communal considerations. Likewise, the belief in technology as an elixir, as a panacea, as a cure-all for society's tribulations can lead to a diminished capacity for critical thinking and problem solving. Look around your world today, right? This can encourage a passive acceptance of technological determinism. Andreessen's manifesto underplays the complex social, ethical, and environmental ramifications of unbridled technological growth. The belief that quantity is king and the drive to push intelligence and energy to their limits is a dangerous escalation that, once again, fails to consider the qualitative aspects of life or of technological growth itself. So while technology undeniably plays a crucial role in modern society, it's the glorification of technology that can lead to these significant adverse effects when there's no broader understanding of societal needs and the intrinsic value of every human being. The potential for our faithful stewardship of technology to bring a better life for all people everywhere is very real. But without a complete, flawless worldview underpinning that effort, underpinning that stewardship or that dominion, without prudent constraints and the importance of maintaining human control and ethical oversight over technological development, well, then the probability of falling into an irreversible dystopia is almost a sure thing. As Carl Teicherib says in his book, Game of Gods, humanity has three great desires: to be as God, to be masters of meaning and destiny, and number three, to build heaven on earth. These urges were seen in the fall, where knowledge was valued over grace, the shortcut was taken, and then down through the ages, it was seen in Cain and Lamech, on down to the plains of Shinar, where many believed the Garden of Eden once existed, but where a rebellious tribe of Noah's descendants settled and purposed to make a name for themselves with their unfaithful use of technology. The 1927 film, Fritz Lang film, Metropolis, presents a dystopian future where society is starkly divided. A wealthy elite class lives in opulence and ease while the masses have been reduced to cogs in a great machine that maintains the establishment. It's a cautionary tale depicting the inevitable horrors of pragmatic efficiency when technology is treated as a means to an end and mankind is treated as a resource to be managed. This monstrous Moloch machine serves as a powerful symbol of dehumanization as the workers are sacrificed to the system they serve, echoing the biblical image of Moloch. Moloch was an ancient deity to which the people sacrificed their children. And this represents the darkest aspects of idolatry and moral decay. The Moloch machine also symbolizes the idolatry of technological determinism, which is a worldview embodied by these very Silicon Valley technocrats who assume technology as the primary factor of human progress and who believe all technological process is necessarily good and will only benefit society. Men like Mark Zuckerberg, Yuval Noah Harari, Mark Andreessen, many, you could name 100. They prophesy a future where scientific advancement will liberate mankind from all limitations, solve all global crises, and man will finally be as God. If God's glory is the center of our life and our innovations and our technology, well then this technology is a great gift. But if we believe that technology is our Savior, we are lost and most to be pitied.
That's a rather interesting position coming from a man on a crusade against the evils of technology.
I'm not against technology, Doctor. I'm against the men who deify it at the expense of human truth.
Armor of Truth.